大家好，我是营养师 Jasmine。今天要跟大家聊的是好菌找大地，营养更给力。我们要谈的是肠道健康。那为什么肠道健康很重要呢？其实不只是案例，连台大医生都告诉大家，包含我们身体健康，一开始呢是受到基因的影响，但后续有高达90%都是被肠道菌所影响的哦。为的是什么呢？我们在体内呢，人体有超过1半的细胞都是微生物，而这些微生物呢，就影响着我们的健康。先天的基因包含什么？可能是我们的双眼皮、我们的这个自然卷等等，都是这个基因的影响。但后天呢，受到微生物的影响，它们住在哪里？有高达80%以上的微生物都在我们的肠道当中，所以肠道健康是非常重要的。那今天的内容除了我之外，我们也邀请到了 Dr. G， 他是一个外部的这个微生物专家，和我们一起聊聊肠道健康为什么很重要。我们一起先来看第一段影片。
So microbiome, if I can say easily, it's a bacteria. It's a lot of bacteria, different kind of bacteria. It's a consortia of the microorganisms living in our body. And it's fascinating, everyone here has a different microbiome. No one has the same microbiome. And a lot of bacteria living together, and they're supporting each other, and they make a unique ecosystem in our body, like a rainforest. And actually, they are there to help you and to support your health. And I want to explain how they are doing it. But first of all, I want to say this microbiome is considered to be a second genome because scientists thought the human genome is everything for the human health. So in the beginning, the scientists thought that as a high-level creature like a human, we should have about 100,000 functional genes in our body. Back in the 90s, we studied about it, and we found we only have 24,000 genes. And where are all different functions are coming from? Actually, they are coming from our gut microbiome. It's fascinating. And all the things that you have in your blood system, more than half of them are actually produced by the microbiome, not by your own self. And where are they? In our oral microbiome. That's the second largest microbial organ in our body, and there's a lot of bacteria obviously in our mouth, and in good way they are protecting the pathogen coming into our body system. And our skin, obviously, like you cannot see the bacteria on your skin, but actually there's a huge amount of bacteria on your skin, and they're not only there, but they are supporting your skin health as well. And another part is our gut. It's a major part. More than 90% of the bacteria are living in our gut. The first major importance of the gut microbiome is they are teaching your immune system. You have more than 78% of your immune system around the gut, and they are learning from microbiome. And they are teaching your immune cell to be smarter. And the second part is they are highly involved in the metabolizing the nutrients. So whatever you eat, you think everything goes into your blood system, but that's not true. They have to be selected by the microbiome, and they have to be digested and metabolized by the microbiome to bring it into your blood system.
肠道健康真的很重要吧？但不只是现在哦，早在100多年前就有微生物专家开始谈我们需要使用益生菌的这个概念。我们在过去有了好菌和坏菌，到了今天，我们知道我们肠道里面有上千种的菌，讲的是一个平衡，讲的是一个肠道健康，它们互相搭配的一个均衡的状态。那我们现在来看看，在肠道里面包含小肠和大肠，有高达7公尺。在里面呢，我们的肠道呢就会选择它们适合的地方住下来，维持我们肠道的多样性，来帮助我们肠道的健康。所以我们刚刚知道益生菌很重要，现在告诉大家肠道的菌相多样性也很重要。那这个多样性对我们的健康有哪些影响呢？一起来看第二段影片。
Until now, every company, everybody lived in the era of the Mechnikov. Mechnikov, very famous scientist, 1908, he had a Nobel Prize in the medicine. And he said back then, more than 100 years ago, scientists thought there's only two different bacteria, good ones and bad ones. So good bacteria from the fermented food, probiotics. You eat it and you support. That was the science, but now MA is changing the paradigm. MA has studied the new era of the microbiome science. Now we are focusing about not only the good and bad, but 2,000 different bacteria in your body, keeping the balance, increasing the diversity, which means you will have more drug factories in your body. And this is the one secret of your gut health program. Every morning, you are switching on your factory. You switch on your factory, and whole day they will work for you. Whole day they start to produce drug for you. And this is you think the gut health program seems to be very simple, but it's not simple. It contains more than 7 years of the microbiome study. I will talk to you about it a little bit more in the next slide. So now we have to recognize AME is going beyond the science. AME is going much faster than other companies. Other companies only talking about probiotics, Metchnikoff, etc. But now you are in the member of the new era. We are talking about the balance and the diversity of the microbiome. So, how to say, this microbiome, it contains huge business opportunity because you have two different genes. One is from your parents. Actually, you cannot change it. Even though you live very healthy life, whatever you do, you cannot change it. But you have another gene we call microbiome, the gene that you make, the gene that you get it from your environment. You can change it. And if we understand how to change it, how to control it, it's going to be the game changer of the healthcare. And let's talk about what is affecting, influencing our microbiome. Obviously, your gender, your age, sleeping patterns, society, what you eat. Let's say if you eat a lot of fast food, the fast food, it contains a lot of preservative inside. Do you know what preservative for? Preservative is to kill the bacteria in the food. And you are adding the preservative in your gut and you are killing all the bacteria in your gut. And I said the drugs, antibiotics, pollution, the air, the water, cosmetics, everything affects your microbiome. And now MA is focusing on this lifestyle, how you manage your microbiome health. But I have to say, the modern society is actually the enemy of the microbiome. So scientists, they did a very interesting study. They flew over to Amazon, Brazil. They flew over to Brazil and they found the tribes which they never contacted the modern society. And they took the stool sample, their fecal samples of the Amazon people, and they analyzed it and they compared with the Americans. And as you can see there, compared to the American people's microbial diversity, the Amazon people have way much more diversity. So this low level of the microbiome diversity is actually the key factor, initiating factor of all the obesity, chronic diseases, metabolic syndrome of the modern society. And if MA can control and increase the microbial diversity, that is going to be the game changer. So as you can see here, microbiome seems to be some bacteria only in our gut, but it's not. They are connected to our brain, liver, lung, muscles, and even immune function. They are in the center, but they are like a Tokyo Central Station covering all greater area of the Tokyo. Whatever you do here, that affects everywhere in your body. Let's see a few of the examples. What if you have a lower microbiome diversity? You have a less kind of bacteria. You have smaller number of drug factory in your body. That this is the Professor Patrice Kani talking about the microbiome diversity, if you have low microbial diversity, you have more gut permeability, we call leaky gut. You have inflammation around your gut, and you are more prone to many different metabolic diseases such as diabetes, atherosclerosis, liver inflammation. You have prone to accumulate more fat in your body. Your muscle will be weaker.
我们可以看到，是不是我们生活方方面面都会影响到我们肠道菌的长相？比如说我们吃的、我们用的，甚至是擦在身上的东西，都会影响到肠道菌相的平衡。所以我们刚刚认识了好菌，我们认识了坏菌。现在告诉大家，我们还有中性菌的一个概念，它就像是墙头草一样。如果你今天肠道健康，状态是好的，比较适合益生菌的生长，就可以让这些中性菌有一个正向的发展，一起加入我们的益生菌，帮助我们营养物质的消化还有代谢。但如果今天有一些晚睡，甚至是外食的影响，就会让我们像是影片里面一样，造成一些身体慢性发炎的状态。所以我们要维持我们肠道益生菌的状态，帮助我们消化我们的营养物质。我们知道，我们体内呢有很多的消化液，包含像是胃酸，可以帮助我们的营养物质从大变小。而这些益生菌呢，它们同样也在帮助我们代谢我们的营养物质，帮助像是蛋白质或者是我们的糖类等等的营养物质消化分解成更小的，来帮助它后续的一些消化代谢。那帮助了消化代谢之后呢，后续就可以帮助我们全身系统的一个健康。博士呢，在过去的研究当中也有研究出很多的内容，帮助我们整理了一些健康效益。我们一起来看看这些的营养物质究竟是如何帮助我们身体的健康。
I will explain a little bit further on this. That's this slide. And it looks very complicated, but it shows whatever you eat, actually, they have to be metabolized and digested by the microbiome because most of them are very large molecules. These large molecules actually cannot go through your gut system and go into your blood system. Even if you shake the protein, you drink the protein water, doesn't mean that your blood will filled with the protein, soy proteins. They have to be digested, become a smaller molecule and go into your blood system. Maybe I will give you one very simple example. In the Oriental medicine, scientists were very confused and didn't understand why the ginseng is effective for some people. Ginseng stimulates the immune system in some people, but for some people, the ginseng doesn't work at all. And nowadays, scientists, we understand if you have the right bacteria in your gut, and the ginseng active molecule is very large. If you have the right bacteria, they cut the bioactive molecule, make it smaller, we call it compound K, and then they go into your blood system and they stimulate your immune function. So if you have the right bacteria, you eat the ginseng, you stimulate your immune function. If you don't have the right bacteria, you eat the ginseng and you flush them into your toilet. That's the secret of our microbiome. And scientists start to understand why some people smoking 2 packs of cigarettes for whole life, drinking a lot of alcohol, they are still very healthy. And some people doing the healthy life, but they have all kinds of cancer every day. Scientists started to understand the secret of the microbiome. They are the actual key factor of our health. And it's a lot of things related to this kind of molecules. Maybe another example, dementia, cognitive function. If you have the right bacteria, you only eat the food, but the right bacteria start to produce right ratio of the lactic acid and ammonia, and they are supporting your brain function. They are reducing the dementia. And maybe how about the stress? You know the serotonin, it's a happy hormone. But did you know 70% of the serotonin is produced from the gut? And if you have the right bacteria in your gut, the serotonin and even GABA, if you have the right bacteria, you only eat the brown rice and your bacteria, they start to produce GABA out of it. and send it over to your blood system, send it over to your brain, and they protect you from the stress. They support you with the cognitive function. That is why scientists call our microbiome as a drug factory.
了解了益生菌是如何影响我们的健康之后，我再举2个例子给大家，告诉大家益生菌是如何帮助我们营养物质的消化代谢。第一个的话，实验当中我们可以看到，讲的是大豆蛋白。举凡我们吃的，包含像是一些豆腐、豆浆等等的豆制品，在实验组当中搭配了益生菌，可以发现这些豆制品呢，这些大豆蛋白可以得到更好的消化代谢，让氨基酸的含量提升了高达33%。包含这些呢，都是透过一些特定的菌株来消化代谢的。除此之外，大家知道我们纽崔莱是植物营养的专家，我们也发现益生菌呢可以帮助植物营养在体内的使用效率达到更好哦。那植物营养呢，也可以同样帮助我们益生菌可以长得更加的丰富，因为我们知道益生菌呢需要透过一些水溶性纤维来让它生长，而植物营养素呢也同样在帮助着益生菌的在体内肠道的一个状态。所以我们知道了，好菌找大地，营养更给力。它不只是一个行销的话题，它是未来的健康趋势。而我们在跟博士的合作当中，也可以看到安利投资了大量的时间，还有非常多的资源在这类型的研究。而我们的科研实力在哪里呢？其实我们最后就来分享一下博士的一段影片，来跟大家聊聊他在合作当中的一些数据，或者是一些合作的小故事。
The Google Ventures, Bill Maris.He's talking about microbiome is going to be the game changer of the healthcare, of the medicine. If anybody knows how to control the microbiome, if anybody knows what is the important bacteria in the gut, is going to change whole paradigm of the healthcare system. And this is so deep and huge. Only few of the countries could do it.United States National Institute of Health, US NIH, they have invested more than $1 billion in this human microbiome project for 10 years because to collect the database, because the large database is the one of the most important factor to understand the microbiome. But this is the reason why I am so fascinated about the AMA. AMA came to us 7 years ago, and they were serious about the microbiome. But I thought MA is just like other companies, because a lot of companies, they came to us, but they use the microbiome as a fashion. They study like 1 year, and they use it for the marketing of the product, and that's it. But MA, they invested millions of dollars in the microbiome study, a lot of clinical trials. They were so focused on the accumulation of the database. And here I can show you now, MA is the global #1 microbiome database company. MA, that's only the 2023 May. Until the last month, MA has 47,000 database of the microbiome. US NIH have 21,000 microbiome database. You have double the number of the database compared to the US government. And MA is super serious, and I have never seen a company who is this serious about the science. I hope from today's understanding, you will be more proud of yourself. The product that you use, the things that you do, it looks simple. Gut health program looks simple, but it contains enormous of science that as a scientist, I was just a professor. I'm a third-party person that I have never seen this kind of effort in the science for a single product. And I trust this database and the program, the enthusiasm of the MA into microbiome is going to change. The MA is going to be the new standard in the bio healthcare industry within 10 years. Thank you.